We are recording, so here we go.
We're back.
Where did we go?
I don't know where we were.
I never get a straight answer about that ever.
Well, because I don't know either. But we're back to the Backstairs podcast.
Welcome.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Whoa.
Mr. Cotter.
Janelle.
Oh,
Tis I.
where did she come from?
Been a while.
Redacted.
That's good.
Hi, Janelle.
I like you better than the bearded guy anyway. So
Yeah?
yeah.
Well, I won't tell him.
How is the bearded guy?
The bearded guy is very busy.
Yeah?
He's
Why? What's he doing?
He's doing a show.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
doing Clue.
There's a show.
Oh,
He
yeah.
finally got a clue.
He
Yeah.
finally got a clue. Yeah. They're
Yeah.
doing some show runs right now.
It's about time that he knew the talent that he had, right? You know,
It is. I mean, because we knew it a long time ago. He
true.
just figured.
We've always believed in him.
Yeah.
And he would agree with that too.
That's right.
He supported his goals.
I'm just excited for you to roast him about how big his head has gotten with his ego, his
No,
newfound.
not
You
Aaron.
do every
What?
time that he does a show.
Not Aaron.
I don't know what
yes.
you're talking about. He's just the most humble man I've ever met in my
Listen,
life.
we have a three-peat on our hands, okay? So
Mm.
he's to the point now he doesn't even have to audition for a show.
It's true. He just gets
He just
cherry
walks through the
picked
town
out.
and go,
Yeah.
here's the lead role.
Yep.
My,
And he's getting
my
paid.
boy,
He's
my
getting paid
boy.
lead role money.
Yeah, he is.
$0 and 0 cents, roughly.
That's where it's at.
But speaking of shows,
Yeah.
because Janelle's been gone because
Yeah, what have you been doing?
she's.
I've been in Little Women.
Oh, we've talked about this, I think.
We have talked
Yeah.
about this.
Oh, yeah.
It's been so long. I don't know what we've talked about and what we haven't.
So I want to talk about what you and I saw this week and the outrage that we felt.
Yeah, I was pretty upset.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm referring to, Janelle?
No.
Community Little Theater on their Facebook page claimed you as their
Claimed
own.
you as their own.
Oh,
CLT's own Janelle Raven.
the
And I went,
audacity.
what?
Nobody came to the Backstairs podcast
No one asked for permission.
to ask our permission.
Wait, so does that mean that the Backstairs podcast owns me?
No,
Is
we're
that...
we're your manager.
Oh.
You're under our talent umbrella.
No, I just think that no one can claim Janelle Raven.
That's right.
And my outrage was yours. I
Talk
shared
to
it.
the powers that be. Who is it? John Nutting? Is it John Nutting that posts the
Is
things?
it John Nutting?
Oh, John
Nutting,
Nutting,
you
friend of the
claimed
podcast.
Not anymore.
Well, we'll have to catch up when we get him on here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's true.
But yeah, so how's that going?
It's going really well. I found out that we have only 7 runs left.
Who told you that?
I don't know, some guy.
Some guy, some rando.
Your director's keeping you updated, apparently.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's going good. We opened the last 2 weekends of April. So
Now, is that
coming down the
the
pike.
2 weekends after Aaron's, or do you cross over?
We don't cross over. So his are the 6th through 16th, and mine is the 20th through 30th.
I couldn't remember
Some.
if it was a crossover.
Yeah, I
His
have
last
some-
was your first, or
No, I have some pretty crazy rehearsals during some of his
yeah,
runs, but I'm still going to see it thrice. So
Nice.
nice,
yes.
nice.
Cool.
Yeah, get your tickets for Clue,
I'll see it.
people.
Once
I mean,
That's
probably,
it?
I'll probably
Yeah.
do twice.
I might do twice, but
You gonna go dress
And-
rehearsal with me?
well, I'm going to dress.
You
Yeah,
wanna hold hands?
yes.
Yes.
That sounds great. I won't be there.
You wanna hold hands with us?
I won't be there. You know I would, though.
Scott's in the middle.
Obviously. Anyway,
I think I have my tickets for the 22nd. I think
nice.
Rachel got them.
That's
to Little Women.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going on the 27th.
Mm.
Yeah.
I paid for those
I said
tickets.
I want to go
Aaron.
on a Saturday night. I think that's the first Saturday.
That yes,
Mm.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's going to be the best performance.
I'm excited
Of all
for
of
it.
them.
First Saturday.
up until the performance I see.
Yes, that will then be the best
Yes.
performance.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, is the trapdoor used for Little Women?
Can't tell you. I'd have to kill you.
That's what I want to know, though. Is there someone that can fill me in?
Maybe there might be someone here that could fill you in.
I don't
That's
know.
not me.
I don't know anybody.
Is there somebody else here?
Well, hold on. We're not done yet.
Oh, okay.
So,
Sorry.
so between Clue and Little Women, you guys have you're not going to see each other until May.
Who? Aaron?
You and Aaron.
Who's Aaron?
Aaron, who?
Yeah, no.
That's what the Backstairs podcast fans have been saying. Aaron who?
Who's Aaron? We've never heard of that guy before. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I miss him.
But yeah, you do too.
I saw him last weekend. He said to say hi to you.
Aw.
Yeah.
Thanks. If you see him again, will you tell him I said hello?
I will.
Warmest wishes,
Yes.
kindest regards.
Yes. Kindest regards.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay. Well, I think that's pretty much it. That's a good podcast, guys.
Yeah.
It was good. It's good seeing you guys.
Roll that music, John.
All right, here we go. I don't know how to. I'm not.
Nope.
You know what, though? What's good?
You don't
is
have
that
Aaron's talent
even
at that
though
editing
I
machine.
just started, I'm better than Aaron at the button. So
Just wait till you have to hit the applause, though. That's the real challenge. Oh.
did it. Nailed it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh.
So you've been spending time with a new family.
Yes.
Not our family, a new family.
Yes, a new family, the March family.
The March family.
Well, that's
Yes.
corny. Yeah.
And well, it's appropriate because it is March.
Yes.
No, she's talking about the character.
Mm-hmm. And also the community little theater family.
Do they march around?
Yes, exclusively.
What?
Okay.
So, yeah, the CLT family.
Yeah.
Been going pretty well?
Yeah.
Are they weird?
Yes.
In like a weird way or a good way?
All of the ways. No, they're wonderful. They're wonderful people. It's been a very warm, welcoming
Oh,
experience.
so they're weird, wonderful, and warm.
Yes.
And
The
they're-
3 W's.
Very alliteration.
Mhm.
And how's their production staff?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
feel very
Everybody's spot on.
That's
All the
wonderful.
support.
Everybody,
Everybody.
come on, spill the tea.
Everybody. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
What do you want from me?
All right. Oh my gosh. What happened?
You good?
I'm good.
John,
Okay.
I silenced everything.
is this
But-
your first ever podcast?
Listen, when you have as many devices as I do, you never know what's silent. Anyway,
That's not.
Anyway.
we've ignored Brandon for too long now.
Yeah,
What
let's
do
have
we-
okay.
Scott introduce our guest here.
Well, we do have
Oh,
a guest here,
God.
and he's from the weird, wonderful, and
Warm.
warm family of Community Little
ABC
Theater.
presents the wide, wonderful, weird world.
He was born.
Do you remember where he was born?
Was it Lisbon?
It
He
was,
was
Lisbon.
born.
It was
He
Lisbon.
was born 12th son of a sharecroppers. I'm not sorry. Cut that, Aaron.
Don't cut it.
Aaron, don't cut it.
I don't know where he was born, but he's directing a wonderful show.
He just said.
I missed it.
I was recording.
I was too busy
I
laughing.
was recording on the
missed it.
cameras then too, so we might be able to
okay.
get that clip.
Great.
Great. You're just trying to get the heat off of you.
So who do we have with us? Come on.
We have Brandon with us. He's the director of Little Women.
$5 if you know his last name.
No. I don't know his last name. I'm going to know by the end of the show
Mm.
because we're going to ask him right now.
That
It's
would be
Brandon
Shallot?
Chaloux.
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 Like Tony?
Brandon Chaloux. No.
Not like Tony Chaloux.
Not Chaloux.
There's no B.
So not Shallot
No.
and not Chaloux.
All are different things.
Just Chaloux.
All right. Well, welcome,
Brandon
Brandon.
Chaloux, the director.
Thank you.
We're so excited you're here.
Applause button.
Yeah, I need some applause. There we
There
go.
you go.
Keep it going.
Wow.
Standing O.
It's
That's-
going to take a minute.
That's pretty good. That's impressive. That's impressive. They were really up there cheering. I like that.
All right, Brandon, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are
About
you?
me? Well,
Yeah.
as we've already covered, I'm from Community Little Theater. Therefore, I'm weirdly warm. Or warm and weird.
Or all three.
Or all three.
Yeah, take a pick.
Yeah, I've been with Community Little Theater on and off since 2007. Started my early life as a patron in the seats, but starting in high school, I started helping backstage, being in the shows, and then I started getting really involved in the inner workings of the theater after college. And I've been there since.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you said the other night, how many shows at CLT have you been a part
Oh
of?
my gosh. So I counted again last night because I was like, was I lying? And I was not. It's 37 shows.
37.
30.
That's a lot.
37 shows. And that's just at CLT.
Wow.
That's just at CLT. It just kind of all blends
Mhm.
over time. and becomes one giant show.
Mm-hmm. Right. Seriously.
I forget who I met.
Have you done any repeats at all?
I have done Annie twice. What else have I done twice? I think just Annie. I think that's the only one I've done twice.
So they're not afraid.
Oh, that's a lie.
They're not
Little
afraid of-
Women. I've done Little Women twice.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm doing Little Women at CLT, but that was also my first ever show.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
Who did you play?
I actually was just part of like the stage crew back in high school.
Yep.
It was the show that got me involved in theater.
Yeah. You should
So-
tell us a little bit.
Yeah.
about it.
So it's actually not a very exciting story.
That's fine.
What happened to me was a lot of things happened to me, but what happened to me here was back in high school. I was really into wood shop and construction and things like that. And the shop teacher let me know that the drama kids needed help building a set. And I remember being like, oh, nerds, I'll go help them. They need the help. And I went. And I remember vividly being really distracted by how much fun they were having and how welcoming the environment was. And I approached the director after helping that day and saying like, how can I stay? I know I'm here at the end of the process, but how can I stay?
Yeah.
He's like, well, we have a spotlight. You know how to use a spotlight? It's just like a big flashlight. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. That was not a good idea. It went okay. But then after that, I just remember every night just watching those people on stage and just being so jealous of them. And I've wanted to do theater ever since.
Yeah.
I've pretty much been doing a show or some theater thing probably straight through till today.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's really great.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Never heard.
No regrets. Awesome.
You look-
Awesome.
So if you obviously you basically done everything at this point.
I have done just about every production team role. The only things I haven't really done is lights and sound, and that's mostly because the electronics scare me.
Okay.
Too many buttons.
That's fair.
Too much. I don't know which ones are connected to the missiles and which ones are not. So
So what's like your favorite of all the different?
of all the jobs,
Yeah.
I really love stage managing. That's
Yeah.
I have the most experience stage managing, and I find it sometimes thankless, but a very rewarding position on a production team.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
For
a very
sure.
important one, but yeah, I can understand most people thinking it's not very glamorous.
Yeah.
You know,
There are times
some
when
of us
it's-
here at the table
Yeah.
like the glamour a little more than the
Are you referring to yourself?
yes.
You like the
Yes.
glam?
Yes, to be honest, yes.
Diva.
Well, John and I kind of agree on producing.
Oh, producing can go shit. You know, yeah.
Redacted.
Oh
yes.
my gosh. Yeah. No one. You like producing your
Unicorn?
freaking bum.
Oh,
Unicorn.
we have different
Yeah,
opinions.
lazy bum. You like to produce.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. Takes wonderful
Fine.
people to produce,
It takes a special kind of person.
and I hate them all.
it's just
No.
it's just that kind of
Wow.
person ain't us.
Yeah, it's not me.
Mhm.
Yeah, which probably means that I'm the one that sucks. But
Maybe.
I just hate it. I hate it.
that's
I don't know.
fair.
Maybe I should just try it again.
Not everything is for everybody. You don't have to try it again. It's fine.
Well, yes, you have to try it again in 5 years.
Listen, I just think if I pitch every year, which is great to have the same director every year for right,
No,
then
absolutely not.
listen, history says
haven't we established that?
No,
point?
no, but yeah, I myself, I like trying to hit every category, and you definitely have in that area. You have a lot of opportunity. I mean, you're so involved that at this point, it's probably for you to skip a show is rare.
I
Right.
almost never.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's each show usually butts up to the next one in some way. They're all connected.
hmm
Now, I would find that weird. The idea of ending a show is both so like sad to me and also so therapeutic at the same
Mm.
time. Like that first Monday first night without a rehearsal, and to just stay home. It's like
It's a relief and a depression at the same time.
yeah,
But you don't really have that, do you? You just roll.
I hear people
What's
talk about it. I'd love to experience it
just
sometime.
once. Are you involved in CLT's next production, the Picasso?
I am about to experience that feeling. So
Oh my God.
for an entire 2 weeks. So it's gonna be a great 2 weeks. And then I jump headfirst into our summer production, which pretty much we start planning and going and auditioning not long after.
Now
So
that's Little Mermaid.
that's gonna be Little
right?
Mermaid, yes.
And what are you doing for Little Mermaid?
Stage management
Nice.
again.
Nice.
The comfort zone. I found it.
Yeah. That's a great show. It's so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Janelle has some experience at Little Mermaid.
So does
Do
Scott.
you?
I was
Oh.
Ariel and Scott was Triton.
Auditions are coming up.
No. It's one of those shows. There are some that I could do over and over and over again. Little Mermaid, I did it.
That would be fun.
I was happy. I don't want to do Little Mermaid again.
No?
No, I'm good. I'll go see it though. I bet it's going to be amazing.
I've done shows like that.
Yeah. It doesn't make for a bad
No.
experience. It just means, I had my fill. It's good. It's all good.
But man, does that show sell tickets?
Yes, it does.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, you need some quick cash.
Do Little Mermaid.
Watch Little Mermaid. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's a great show though. That's cool. I really want to talk about this first. Talking to Danny Gay
Mm-hmm.
about the whole how to become a director for CLT, that whole process.
Mm-hmm.
And I would kind of like to hear your view on the whole. I mean, obviously you made it.
You did
you
it.
take the
Barely.
Past the
Did you
audition.
take the
apparently.
fast track? Did you? How did you get to the?
So, well, that process was a long one.
Yeah.
The
We got time.
process.
Bring it
Well, how much time?
What? Yeah. I haven't got to be anywhere.
It's still daylight. You're good.
Obviously,
It's early.
34 shows gave you some.
Well, I wasn't originally. I was never made to direct. It was kind of something that I wouldn't say it happened by accident, but everybody was saying you should join the apprenticeship program. You should do it. You've done everything. It's the next sensible thing to do. And I was like, I don't know. And I finally was just like, you know what? I'm going to do it. But I don't want to be rushed. I want to be able to take my time and go through the process, which at that time, the apprenticeship program at CLT was pretty much you stage manage a straight show and a musical, you produce a straight show and a musical, and you assistant direct a straight show and a musical. More or less, that was the process.
Okay.
That changed a couple times throughout the course of my doing the program. There was about 3 to 4 different versions of the program that existed through my doing the program. So for me, the finish line kind of got moved a little bit a couple times because shows that once counted as credits did not count as credits.
Oh, no.
Big bummer. Don't regret doing the productions at all. They were very rewarding. But it was definitely not one of my most exciting apprenticeship moments. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to say that the theater is going through the process right now of completely fixing that program so that it's more attainable in a more reasonable period of time to get somebody to where they want to be.
Mhm.
Because musicals aren't for everyone. Straight shows aren't for everyone. And we don't want to force someone to do something that they don't want to do so that they can do what they want to do.
Sure.
Mhm.
So very exciting things coming up on the horizon in that
Mm.
regard.
I love the idea of having the program in itself. I think it's really important. But to hear how much you guys go through to achieve that was mind-boggling to me.
It's
Yeah.
the gauntlet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was I will be honest, I will say it was very frustrating at times. And there was moments when talking to my now wife, when I was like, I don't know if I want to do it.
We should address
We don't have to.
No?
She didn't want a microphone and she didn't want
Nope.
headphones. And don't you spit that out. We're in someone's house.
She's here with us now.
I'll
It
say,
is-
no,
can I
she's
get
not.
Can I get a thumbs up or thumbs down? Whether are you having a good time? And
Nope,
are
thumbs
you
up.
content with us just continuing on our way to not address you at all?
I'll address you.
She didn't thumbs up that.
No, I didn't get a thumbs
No, I
up.
didn't get a thumbs up on that.
I heard it.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, there it is.
I'm going to still talk about her.
Okay, continue your.
I don't even know what I was saying.
That was my own bad, apparently. All right. So yeah. Anyway, back to our regular scheduled broadcast.
Yeah, no, that was a great question. So, what shows have you directed?
So at CLT, this is Little Women is only my second show
Oh, okay.
as a full director.
So what was your other one? Was Disaster?
Ooh.
Yes.
Yep.
Whoa, like earlier this, like last year?
Yes.
Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah, that
okay.
was my first ever show.
Mhm.
I will say I heard
Fun
nothing
show.
but amazing things
It
about
was-
that production.
Yeah.
I'm very proud.
Yeah.
I'm very, very
You
proud of
should
the
be.
show.
You should
Not
be.
because of it has, every show needs a director,
Yeah.
but like the director is only as good as their production team.
Mhm.
And I was very fortunate to have had great actors, great helpful actors show up who are very flexible and willing to do the work, but also a production team who was willing to do the same. And that's the only reason why that show was as great as it was.
Mhm.
I can tell people to move certain places all day long, but unless you have people to help you support that effort,
Yes.
it means nothing.
It's true.
Nice.
It's definitely true.
Fun show. That was a great show. I
Mm.
like
Yeah.
that show.
We're trying to get that show
Yeah, we
in
should.
this area.
It's a blast to see
Yeah.
and it's a blast to be in,
Mhm.
honestly. And I would probably make the drive.
Yeah.
We'll just say that.
All right. Well, there we go.
Good to know.
Yeah. So I feel like now seems like a good time for you to talk a little bit about our current production of Little Women. If you want to give a little plug, this will air before the show opens.
Yeah, so I don't mean to. I mean, Janelle's right here, obviously, but I mean, like, I have some pretty strong thoughts on Janelle and her stage talent.
Mm,
So, I mean,
most do.
yeah, but I mean, like,
She's all right.
I mean, you got pretty fortunate with your cast. I feel. I mean,
Yes.
looking down the roster of your cast, I mean, you have some heavy hitters. It looks like,
Yes.
and to, I mean, I don't know. I'm super excited to see it, and but yeah, our own Janelle Raven.
Nobody owns me.
Oh, that's right. No one owns
Our own Janelle Raven.
Our own.
How about my own?
Everyone.
My own.
her own
Everyone's
Janelle Raven. We're just you're gonna kill it.
Oh,
Man,
thank you.
Mm.
stoked.
I hope so.
But yeah, so tell us more about because I mean, obviously, I know the sisters.
Mhm.
I mean, I have heard of everybody, the five, like, but there's an all-star cast behind him.
Mm.
How's that been going? How are rehearsals going?
Rehearsals are going fantastic. I'll be honest, it's one of the shows that I've done that I found it was pretty daunting to like look just to think about like what do I want the set to look like?
Sure.
Who do I want these characters to be? Because it's
Mhm.
not just as simple as reading a script and this is what you need to do. There's like a world that you have to create around them and stories that have to be told that the audience never really sees, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
And it was very stressful in the beginning. I had many nights with Sarah that we were sitting in the living room and I was like, what is their house even? What does it need to look like? And anybody could go online and see how somebody else has done it. But I was like, what do I see when I think of the March House?
Mhm.
And that very early on was just trying to figure out what that house looked like, what this world looked like, and how I wanted to share it. Once I found that, I was very fortunate to find another wonderful production team, and then an even equally wonderful group of people come out to audition for the show. And from day one, I have to say that rehearsals have just gone absolutely amazing. This has to be probably the most rewarding production I've ever done. I have been pretty stressed in many different ways for many of the shows that I've done, but this has definitely been a show that I have thoroughly enjoyed. It's one that I'm excited for all day long, and I just want to stay and keep working every night. But unfortunately, 9:00 comes fast. It's just gone very, very well.
I wanted to pick your brain on the rehearsal. The audition process.
Sure.
Because obviously we got from Janelle's point of view, which I'm sorry if I'm sharing something that you don't want shared.
I don't know what you're going to say.
Well, just how you went about auditioning
Mhm.
for that role.
Mhm.
There were a few people there auditioning.
More than a few.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So
Mhm.
so you had quite a few people there auditioning.
Yeah.
That's quite the pool.
You got an idea how many?
I would probably say it was about 30.
Mhm.
Was it more than 30? Sarah's like pointing up, more than 30. 46.
And it's fair to say
46
that
people.
all of those young ladies would have been more than happy to play Joe,
Joe is the role.
right?
People wanted Joe.
Yes.
So going into it, obviously there are people that probably have different and not better talents, but more exercise talents than
Mhm.
Janelle does in other areas. So that's quite the pool. We have Janelle. How'd it happen on your end? Because I think I want to share what Janelle shared with us, but I'd like to get your
I like how we made the selection.
how'd you land on?
Oh my gosh, it was such. I have been in so many audition rooms, and there's always that moment that we have before people show up for auditions when you're like, who's going to show up? Because you really don't know. I've been in casting rooms where we've had to make phone calls and say, we're done with auditions. No one came up for this role. Will you play it? And then we're like calling and begging people to step into a role because no one came up for it. And this is definitely one of those shows that I was like, I don't know who's going to come out.
Right.
You don't know if the talent's going to show up or even if anybody's going to be interested in all the roles. And people just were showing up and they were coming up those stairs at Community Little Theater one after another. And I was like, oh my God, we're going to be here late. And it was all of these incredibly strong and powerful women just walking down the hallway, and they were all so proud. They turned in their forms and they came in the room and they just sung their faces off.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much all of them. So I remember more than once leaning over to Sarah and just saying, like, how am I going to cast this thing? Because there's just so many. There's so many. Like sometimes somebody will come and you're like, well, that's our person. That's the person who's going to be in that role. But this one, I was like, we have like 12 people to pick from for this.
And you
role.
didn't do a callback.
We did not.
I'm shocked. I'm still shocked. I don't understand.
I couldn't take another night. I was like, I can't do this. I need to make a decision because I was already overwhelmed. I was like, I can't do it. And I had such a hard time narrowing it down to who I really liked the most. And then I'm happy to share, we got very lucky. You showed up. The audition went fantastic. I hope you don't mind me sharing your audition.
Sure.
You walked right in, super proud, and you were just Joe. You were Joe. You just walked in and I was like, this is Joe. This is Joe. Everybody else, we had some amazing talent come through the room. Nothing against any of those people, but you came through and you read well. You sung it well. It was just such an incredible performance. And I was like, if she does not accept this role, I'm throwing myself out this window.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was absolutely.
Do you remember what
process.
you told us about your thoughts on auditioning?
Honestly, I don't. The whole audition was a blur for me because I almost died that morning.
Well,
No, I did.
No.
My house almost burned down that
What?
morning. Yeah, my furnace exploded essentially.
I didn't know
and
this.
my house was flooded with smoke and CO2. So I was just a mess. And I wasn't even going to come. And Carrie Ann was like,
Wow.
maybe you should get out of the house for a little while. And I was like, yeah, I'll audition just to get out of the house.
Well, this worked out.
Yeah.
but
It definitely worked out. I mean, obviously I wanted to be there. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, it was rough. It was a rough day. So
well, if I remember correctly, you were telling me, and you might have actually just told me this, but you obviously knew that people were going to become prepared to audition for Joe, strong, powerful, and you decided to take it a different direction with your audition. Are you still kind of not remembering?
no, I remember. I specifically waited for the reading with Beth to come along because I knew that would be where I would.
That I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
You were waiting for that right spot.
Yeah.
To get in. Yeah.
That's where I wanted to get in.
And you knew that you just had a different little twist on that part, and yeah, it obviously played out pretty well, but very strategic, and I think that's pretty awesome.
Thanks.
We have a saying around here called maximum effort. Other people have the saying too, but we usually
The words don't exist outside of this.
we
podcast.
usually tag Janelle.
We created the words.
Thanks.
No.
Yeah. There was no such word
I think that's maximum
as
effort.
maximum effort until
Well,
we created it. You created it, John. Really.
That was me.
That was you.
Oh.
this episode is not about me though. It's about Brandon.
It is about
It
both.
is.
It's about Brandon. I just think you're our Janelle Raven. Suck it, CLT.
Jeez.
Our Janelle.
Well, come see Little Women, April 20th through 30th.
That was
at
my
Community
promo.
Little Theater.
See, people that listen to this podcast love you. So if we nail down that Janelle is in this show,
Janelle's in the show?
Yes.
Janelle Raven, our very own Janelle Raven.
If you
Our
say
Janelle.
that again, I will cut you.
Our Janelle Raven.
Our very own Janelle Raven.
Scott, don't test me.
Brandon, you say it.
I will leap across this table.
So we go back to the Twin Cities.
Okay.
Yeah. So CLT, there are some shiny parts, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do you care to elaborate or, boast of any of those parts? You guys do classes.
Yeah, we're really trying to broaden what we offer to our community. We already offer 2 fantastic summer programs for the youth of our entire community. So we have a teen camp and a youth camp. We're very proud of those. We have one of the biggest costume shops in the area. We have people coming from as far away as Massachusetts and for film to rent costumes from us.
I know with we did Spamalot, and it was such a great.
Yeah.
It's
Honestly,
very,
it's
very
unreal.
Can
It's
confirm it's amazing.
It's amazing. And that is due largely to Karen Richard. She's the keeper of our costume department. She came in and she has worked and continues to work tirelessly to maintain this collection, but also to make it available to the community. So it's definitely a great resource to the entire theatrical community. We always welcome other theaters and even just the public, like costumes and formal events. We have literally everything you could possibly need. It's such a cool place, even just to walk through. So that's definitely something that we're really proud of. We're getting going with props rentals and things like that. We're going through that collection, trying to make that a little bit more accessible as well. We now have technical classes. So we're covering everything from set design to lighting design, sound operation and design, all of that stuff. Just very high level views at some of those things to hopefully make them a little bit more attainable to people, so they can come and maybe not be so scared of it like me, try it out, and then to go off into all of our theatrical communities to hone their talents. And we want to offer it because we think that everybody around here will benefit from it, because these are all roles that are very difficult for all theaters to fill. There's a shortage of stage managers. There's a shortage of technicians. So hopefully we're doing our part to deepen the benches a little bit.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's
You're doing
amazing.
a great job with the kids. That's something we're sorely lacking up here. Sure.
Yeah, it's tough because it's hard for, especially being in this area, right? We all have our Oompa. Obviously, you came to, was it dress rehearsal you came to?
Yeah, for Spelling Bee. Yeah. Yep.
Which,
And,
how did you even end up there? I guess that's a story for another time. But
Yeah, well, we should definitely hit on it.
Yeah.
But I just find it, I do find myself comparing to CLT, where it's the two, like, it's closest. We do have some ties in between. I had done a show. Janelle, you've done what, 2 or 3 shows now?
this is just my second. Yeah.
And man, there's so many things to learn. I mean, you guys just, I feel you set the standard on a lot of things.
We try. We certainly try. We're trying to make it better.
Well, that being said, there are probably some things you're still, on a wish list, on a checklist.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. So how do you go about maintaining those?
Well, it's a challenge. I mean, like some communities really embrace the arts. Others not so much. I think we're pretty fortunate that we're in a community where the public wants us there. It's not easy. I'm not going to say that the money comes flooding through the doors, but sometimes the lack of those funds has made us have to be pretty creative with how we operate, the things that we offer, how we do it. It's not easy. I mean, there have been moments, I've been on the board for a while now, when we were living like pretty much paycheck to paycheck, show to show. We were living show to show. We would get a nice big paycheck after doing a show, and we would pretty much pay all of our bills, pay our rights, do all that stuff, and then we would have nothing. So it didn't really leave us with a lot of wiggle room to do other things. I'm happy that now we have a really dedicated board and a really great group of volunteers who help us to apply for grants, to really focus just on developing the community and looking for sponsors and donors. Again, always looking for more of those things. Any theater, I would encourage anybody listening to this to support their local theater financially, both as a patron. Definitely go out and get involved, but financially supporting your theater is an investment in your community. It's not always easy. It's not always glamorous. It's not always fun, but it's definitely been a lot of work.
All right, I got a question for you.
Oh man.
So
I don't like that lead in.
CLT, something I'm jealous of, and you might think of it differently. But you have your space. It's yours. Well, it's not yours as in Brandon's, but CLT's
It's
space.
your
It's your space. Well, how do you feel about it? Is it good for you that even though you might be living paycheck to paycheck, but it's your space? Or would you rather have, plenty of money and share a space or have to deal with
I think it's
other people there?
that's such an interesting question. And depending on who you ask, you might get completely different answers.
Yep.
We really feel like CLT is not the building.
Yep.
CLT is who we are as an organization. We're very fortunate to have an agreement with our city to essentially lease the building with the agreement that we just do the upkeep, keep the building intact and presentable and safe, all of which we've done. But with that comes a lot of responsibility. We have to deal with a lot of things that a lot of theaters don't have to deal with, and that affects the capital that we have to spend.
Right.
Things like other theaters might not have to deal with, like we have to deal with masonry repairs, and we have to deal with roofing repairs and boiler. When the boiler goes down, that can be several $1,000s, and that money has to come from somewhere, and it comes right from our bank account. And that hurts because you do a really good show, and all of a sudden you're spending that money on the facility that you're in, which is, again, you have your place that we can go to, that we are in control of. But it has definitely been a very interesting thing to have to balance both things, the needs of the building and the needs of the organization. It's still something that we're kind of navigating and going through. This agreement with the city is still somewhat new. There have been times when it's been a little bit interesting, to say the least. But we continue to do our best to honor the space that we're in, to keep it safe, and to hopefully be around for a good long time right where we are.
So when you say agreement with the city, that's all you're responsible for, is just making sure the building is taken care of. And
so it's pretty much, they just want to make sure that they want us to make sure that we are keeping the building clean, safe, intact.
That's wonderful.
Not like falling apart.
Up to code.
Yes.
Yeah.
You obviously don't want it to be like an eyesore in the city either.
Sure.
So we're doing our best. The building is quite an old building. That is not a secret to anyone. We know that it's old. And we're working on it. We're being very creative with how we're raising funds, grants that we're applying for, both federally and privately. And we're really excited. We have a lot of stuff in the pipeline that hoping that we'll be successful in securing to
For you youngins, I believe that was the original Edward Little High School.
Sure was.
Thus the Little. My grandfather.
That was in your
My
day?
grandfather went to high school there.
Scott's only 30.
So imagine.
He wouldn't know.
Imagine how long ago that was if my grandfather went there.
Not that long ago. You're only 30.
Oh, right,
so.
right, yeah. So he's not that old.
1800s at least.
He knew Laura Ingalls.
I can't tell if you're joking or not. I don't know.
I was going to make a joke about Laura Ingalls, but she doesn't deserve that. So. I think we should take a break.
Okay. Hey, we're back to the Backstairs Podcast again. Welcome back, John.
Like Voldemort?
Yes. Yes. He has returned.
So, I wanted to talk a little bit more, or give you an opportunity to talk a little bit more. Well, actually, I just want to, Brandon, he's the director of Little Women, and we've been talking to him from Community Little Theater. And
are you struggling?
No.
You okay?
I'm giving Aaron some context.
Oh.
I'm just catching him up. He's listening.
Oh.
Yeah.
Finally.
Hi, Aaron.
So anyway,
Aaron
I want to give you an opportunity to talk more about
Aaron Schofield, friend of the show.
education in the theater world. We're talking about, the classes at CLT, but you've stated in the past, I'm sure, that you're passionate about that.
I think it's important. I don't know. Theater came for me at a really great time in my life, a hard time, high school, to be more
Oof, the
specific.
worst.
And it was not something like I never gave a crap about theater when I was in school. I was
I
like,
had terrible friends in high school.
yeah, we all did.
Ooh,
Oh,
ooh, the shade.
Scott was there too.
He was. He's our age. So,
That's
yes.
right. I didn't hang out with you people back then.
You don't hang out with me now.
You were a bunch of theater geeks.
still are.
No. We didn't have theater when we were in high school.
Which is
Our high
why-
school didn't do theater. So,
Segway.
yeah. Tell us
Oh.
about your thing.
We could have all used some theater education.
Yeah, it's important. I don't think I think there's such a heavy emphasis in this area on sports.
Mhm.
Sports.
Yeah.
Did I mention that they love sports around here? Which is great. I'm not knocking sports. I'm not knocking parents who support
I
sports.
am.
And
Stupid.
Stupid. Not the same. Make them dance.
There's dancing in football and
Kind of,
ice
yeah.
dancing and hockey.
Lynn Swan used to ballet dance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that is. Is that a sports
all
ball player?
30-year-olds would know who Lynn Swan is.
Anyway, we've cut
Never
Brandon out too many
mind.
times. Brandon,
That's
keep
You
going.
guys are rude.
Yes,
We are. It's been covered at length.
Arts education is important.
Yeah.
That's my only point.
No.
No, he's
You have more to say.
Well,
I
I
can feel
always have more to say.
I got more to feed you. So from our area, right, we have a community musical
Mhm.
that is through the school system and the community.
Yep.
Every other year put on, and that
That's the only opportunity.
is really the only opportunity I
Yep.
ever had as a kid. I mean, there was some drama club and stuff like that, but really up until I was old enough to be in an Oompa show, I had nothing in this area.
Mhm.
And man, if I would have had more opportunity,
Mhm.
I can't. I wish I would have been able to have. But even for me, that was still a lot of opportunity compared to what some other
Mm.
kids are offered. So
Yeah.
I guess how do we get better at it?
I think it's one of those things where people have to want it and people have to be willing to do the work. It's not just a group of people who want to do the show. It has to be a community who wants it to be there. And it's one of those things where a community doesn't realize how important it is until they start seeing glimpses of it. And then they start seeing the results of kids being involved in these things. And they go, oh, wow, this is really important. We should invest in this. Lewiston, for example, they have like that brand new wing of the high school that they just put on. And they're hoping to put in a state-of-the-art theater space. That's fantastic because with it's going to come expanded concert and band offerings, arts and theater offerings, and that's only going to be to the benefit of all the kids in that area. We have so many people who have gone through this community that have gone on to do professional things in the arts world.
Yeah.
Not just theater and dance, but like actual like painting and public speaking and acting on TV, things like that. And if we want to have those things in our life, we have to start making investments in our communities and in the arts in our communities because it all comes back to art.
Yeah.
True.
That's
nice.
great.
Well said.
Yeah.
So I just want to read something that you wrote yourself.
Uh-oh.
You in your pre-interview guide that we did with it. So you said like the world is cruel and mean, and theater is a refuge for all. And man, isn't that true? Like, especially over the last couple of years with like COVID, and I know like for performers at least, we've talked about this before on the podcast, but to not have that for a long time was really, really tough. And I don't know. I feel that there's quite the family with CLT, if I'm correct, right? A lot of people coming in and out. How often do new people come out? I mean, is there
all the time? Every show we meet amazing new people from all different walks of life. People who have moved here from other states, people who have gone through different school systems, who all live very different lives. And it's just so interesting to me when I look out at like my production team and my cast and just thinking about all the different lives that they're living and how we all intersect at rehearsal and like in theater. And like, it's so kind of deep.
What's attracting them? What's bringing in new people?
It's just safety and art. Like it's such a happy place. It's like I've heard a really good friend has said that CLT is like her church. And I've had my own rocky history with church. Don't get me wrong, but like CLT is a place, and theater, I'll even just back it up a little bit. Theater is a place where I go to fill my cup and to help my soul and to help my mind to create and to just release the stress of the day. I mean, I've had some really awful days, and then I go to the theater and then I leave and I'm completely renewed. We've had people who have gone through productions, who have ended the production, come to us and said that they would not be there anymore had that production not come along to be that outlet for them. And that's just one person's individual story. That's not a unique thing to one person.
Right.
This is a lot of people. The arts and theater are this for a lot of people. Very important.
With CLT especially, and that's, yes, amazing thoughts. I guess what I'm hitting at is it word of mouth that's bringing people in? Is it social media presence?
It's all of that. It's all of that. You have a good experience somewhere. What do? You go around, you tell everybody you know that you had a really great experience at this place, or you saw a really great show at this place, or you know somebody who did something at this place. You should go check it out too. A lot of it is things like that. We've been working on our social media presence. John Nutting. I'm not sure if
he does a great job.
I'm not sure if you know John Nutting.
What?
Everybody knows.
Who doesn't know John Nutting?
Well, he works pretty hard on our Facebook page, so we try to do our best to let people know what's going on and also to let people know how they can get involved. So I think that's a big reason why people show up.
For sure.
Definitely truth there. And a lot could be taken from that. if you're listening.
What?
No, I find it interesting. I know that you're talking about producing, and I'm just going to share it because I think we shared on the podcast. But with Spelling Bee, we had one night where there was a new person that we'd never seen before the audition, and oh my gosh, a new person! Like it felt, and what, one person, and we're getting excited about it. It's travesty. It's such a gift that we have in this community to be able to do theater and to put on these shows and an outlet and, like you're saying, a refuge for people to perform and one person it excites us. It just, I don't know, somebody feels wrong about it. So I don't know. I just think it's super encouraging when you put that there. It just struck a chord with me. Yeah, that theater's a refuge, and it is to me, right? And there have been times where maybe it's not as much, but then I get going on a show and it's like, why do I ever stop?
Right.
But it just feels wrong to me that we don't have more of that. And it's encouraging to hear that it's continuing to happen with CLT. So keep doing whatever you're doing, I guess. Sorry. Yeah,
it's great.
That got serious. I feel like
that's how
deep.
Seriously I feel about it.
We need more people passionate about it, like Brandon and like you, John.
I don't know. It makes me very upset to know that there are, I know of all these people that have loved doing shows in the past, or people that I don't know if it's that they don't know or what, but man, I'm stoked to hear that you guys are growing and thriving, and you're only 16 miles away, so pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Maybe you should go audition for a show.
You should.
Absolutely. Then you can be ours.
I was in a show for
You were in a show at CLT once, weren't you?
You're already ours.
I was, yeah.
What was the show?
Children of Eden.
No.
When was that?
I don't remember. Yeah.
Do you feel like you belong to community Do you feel like they own you a little bit?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Just wanted to check.
You don't know me.
Redacted.
My ego owns me.
It's, yes.
No, Radio Shack owns you.
Not anymore. I got out.
Wait, you got out?
Huh?
Did you leave?
I have an employee. Guys, I have an employee now. Anyway.
Well, that's another story for another day. Another podcast. But he has an employee.
I have an employee. So yeah, no, I think that's really cool. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You mentioned you're on the board.
Mm-hmm.
How many people are on your board?
Oh gosh. I think it's right around 10 to 15 people.
Yeah.
We have obviously a president, vice president, secretary,
Sure.
treasurer, all the normal things.
Sergeant at Arms.
Yep.
All those
Is that what you are? Is that?
Kind of, sort of.
Okay.
Vice president.
war chief? Is there a lot of turnover? Or pretty much the same group of people, or
We have some people that have been consistently involved on the board. We also have a decent number, probably about half of the board that's newer. New people who want to get involved in a deeper way in the theater.
Mhm.
Maybe a lot of them people that were touched by shows that we've done before, and they walk away saying like, how can I help? How can I get involved? And I just see that, and then I put a little hook in their cheek, and then I drag them to a board meeting.
And do you have like term limits on that at all, or anything like that?
Yeah, it's usually I think it's 2 years is a term for a board seat, and you're definitely welcome to run again if you wish, or you don't have to. If 2 years was what you wanted to give, you're certainly welcome to be done at 2 years.
Mhm.
Okay, but you don't say at a certain, like, you do 2 terms of 2 years each. You don't say no.
Nope.
You got to take a break.
Nope. I mean, as long as
keep going, as long
you
as
can keep going as long as you're doing the work. We usually expect that each board member has a committee that they sit on for the theater.
Yep.
And it's kind of they don't necessarily have to chair that committee, but they have to be involved in the theater in a deeper way beyond the board meetings. We don't want you just attending a meeting a month. You know, we have all kinds of different committees that serve different purposes across the theater that all of our board members are involved in on some way.
So what are those committees?
So we have things like the building committee, which pretty self-explanatory, deals with the building and all the matters that are involved in that. We have our production board. Production board focuses specifically on the productions of our shows. So that'll be things like stage management, props, sound, all those things. There's a chair of each of those departments. We have development, which focuses on developing the actual theater, drawing in money, working on grants and donors and things like that. We have different committees like our publicity that focuses on like the publicity and the advertising, print, web, things like that. We have a couple other smaller committees as well.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good question, Scott.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. And it was a good answer, Brandon. Good job.
Good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
So you came out for Spelling Bee.
Yep.
And first, I mean, I'd like your hot take on it. I mean, what you think?
I like the show.
Yeah, okay.
It was a show that I really enjoyed. We did it at CLT a while back, and it was a show that obviously is different most nights. It's not like vastly different performances, but there is a lot of like different parts, and it can go a little crazy sometimes depending on who you have for your spellers, your audience participants. But I loved your production of it. I thought it was very fun. It was a lot of talent on that stage for sure.
Yeah, we had definitely a lot of talent. Obviously we had Mr. Panch over there, Mr. Panchy. Can't tell, but he had a
Doug
mustache
Panch.
and
Doug Panch.
But I kind of wanted to ask you about what you thought about Mitch Mahoney over in the corner there.
Mitch Mahoney. Definitely scary.
The exact opposite of Rachel. I
was pretty proud of her. That was her first time.
I mean, I definitely got escorted off stage.
Yeah, so you were one of our volunteer spellers.
I was.
That was pretty fun.
I was, yeah.
Yeah. So
what did you spell wrong?
Oh yeah.
My goodness.
And did you spell it wrong on purpose, or
No,
did you?
I
Didn't?
genuinely
You actually
spelled it wrong.
genuinely
Oh, you got it
spelled
wrong.
And I remembered the first word I was given. It was like a form of currency. I don't remember what the word was.
Dong.
Was it
Yeah.
Oh, how?
how?
How.
It was
Yeah.
how.
How?
H-A-O.
He
how.
held his how aloft and said, "With my dong, I will feed my
Yes.
family."
There it is.
Yeah.
That was
So,
my favorite word.
I spelled how correctly, and then I went back, and I knew. I was like, I'm going to sit, and then they're going to call me right back up because I got to go.
Because you weren't supposed to get that right.
No, and I knew it because I did the show.
Yeah.
And then I sat down, and then I was intentionally given. I was sabotaged. Let's just say it like it is.
Yeah.
Panchy.
Could have.
I could have kept going.
On. Yeah. And you would have kept going until.
It's that flat.
It was rigged. It was
Yeah.
rigged.
So Aaron, Luke, obviously, you know Aaron,
Yes.
friend of the show. And
Yes.
he's directing Clue. And yeah, what are your thoughts on Aaron?
I have a lot of thoughts on air.
Oh,
Yeah.
please tell.
Let's
Please tell.
go.
Let's
We got to
go.
get this out before Clue airs, too.
Strong dislike. Just kidding. No, Aaron's one of our dearest friends. Somebody I've known for a good while. I believe the first show we did together, I was on the production team. I believe he was on stage. I'm pretty sure it was 9 to 5. It was I remember being like, that guy's funny. He's interesting. He's a weird little nut. And got to know him. Known each other since. We've been in touch. Hang out with him and Adam quite often.
Yeah.
And good people. Definitely great friends.
Mhm.
I'm excited that he is doing Clue.
Yeah.
We
You guys are
obviously
lucky.
high school together and did our drama club together.
Yep.
So we had a couple of fun shows when we were in high school.
Yep.
But we did Cheaper by the Dozen when we were in high school.
Oh my goodness. I forgot about
Just
that
the play,
movie.
not the
I didn't even know that was a play.
Yeah.
That's a play.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
That sounds like a terrible play
It does
to
sound
me.
like a terrible.
And we were both obviously kids, and at one point I played the character Bill, I think his name was, but he comes down the stair set stomping, and I think I was supposed to have a sandwich in my hand and an umbrella or whatever, and fighting
as people do.
fighting a sibling.
As one
Sandwich
does.
and an umbrella.
Well, of course, we have this at the high school. We have a beautiful big stage for a high school, stage, and of course, most of the time, half of it was utilized for a show with flats and
Mm-hmm.
not really any set. Well, at this point, it was just flats, and I went to jab at Aaron, and before all the commotion on stage, the flats of the house fall down.
Oh no.
On top of kids' light flats. They're fine.
And they're still there.
But
They were horribly mangled.
but another girl makes a comment, and then Aaron goes, "Bill, you're destroying the house." And that's always stuck out with me that he was able to. I mean, it was hilarious. The audience loved it. We kind of put the house back up, and then we kept going. But you're destroying the house.
So Aaron was improvising.
Yeah. Something like that. But no, yeah, we're pretty fortunate to have him over here.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think
Yeah,
it-
because he's directing Clue, which is coming right up the 2 weeks before
the 6th through
Little Women.
16th.
the 6th
Are you
through
going to
16th.
Are you going to make time in your busy schedule to come see?
I'll talk to my people.
Okay.
So between the 6th and the 16th, you can go see Clue at Oompa over at the Norrie Grange.
Mm-hmm.
And from the 20th to the 30th to the 30th, 10 days there, you can go see Little Women
It's not
at
10.
CLT.
It's not 10 shows though.
No. But there's 10 days.
Do not come on Wednesday. We will not be there.
Show up on Tuesday for your
Do not come
half-price
on
discount.
Tuesday. You can come for free on Tuesday, but they're not going to let you in.
Right.
Monday, Tuesday,
You can listen
Wednesday,
from outside.
It's a different show every night.
So I've heard you have some pretty hot takes on some hot takes.
Oh gosh. I always have some hot takes.
And I heard that you have a very you're in agreement on one of my biggest ones.
Yep. And what's that?
I personally Hamilton is
Sorry.
a
Where's the
thing
bucket?
it's a thing of disgust to me.
Yeah.
I don't
No.
understand you people.
Not disgust as much as I
wrong
just
with you?
don't understand.
I don't understand the hype.
What?
And not just the
It's
hype,
so
but I don't
good.
understand the I don't know. I just something about
It's not
it.
good.
Is it not good? Did you think it was not good from the beginning, or you're just sick of hearing about it, so it's not good?
No, right
both.
from the minute I heard it, I've just never been a fan.
No.
So can you share a little bit more on that? I mean, you're pretty
I just-
strong in your.
Gosh, it's just that Lin guy.
So
His shows
about
all,
him.
to me, well, not necessarily. All of his shows sound the same to me.
okay.
That is okay. Yes,
There's, like,
that
that
is
weird, like,
valid criticism.
Cadence to all of everything,
Valid.
and I'm like, if you've heard one of his shows, you've probably heard them all.
Everything he's done.
And like, right. And I remember watching, I like did not give in to any of the hype. Everybody's like, Hamilton. And they're like foaming at the mouth for that show.
Yeah.
And I was like, here's a paper towel. Get over yourself. It's
Mhm.
not that good. And I remember everybody's like, it's coming out on Disney Plus. And I was like, that's perfect because I'm not paying to see this. That's the only way I'm going to see the show is if it's for free. So we watched it and I didn't enjoy any of it, but I do like the story.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I liked. But that's not his.
I'm curious. Do you also hate Hamilton? You do.
She's-
Okay.
yes.
Okay. I just needed to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that
We
just to
agree.
keep a
So
happy
I
marriage,
always need
or-
to.
No, that's real. We watched it and then we were like, good, that's done. That's out of the way.
So
We
did
don't
you
have to watch
watch
that
the
again.
In the Heights movie too?
Why? I've already seen Hamilton.
Spicy. Okay.
So I did want to get your now that stuff he's done with Disney,
Moana.
Moana
Mm.
and Coco.
Mm.
He didn't do Coco.
He did stuff with Coco, didn't he?
He did help with Coco, I think.
I'm
Think
pretty
he-
sure.
Check it.
Executive
Fact check.
producer is going to fact check.
I'm almost positive because Coco is a thing of beauty. I mean,
Yeah,
I think
I liked Coco.
But
everything
let's
about Coco.
just say that wasn't just his doing.
true.
There was other people too.
I didn't think
But
it was
with Moana,
No, he didn't do Coco. He did Encanto.
Oh shoot!
Encanto.
yeah, see, that's
Yeah.
the one that sucked.
I-
Coco was
Coco's
good.
amazing.
Coco was awesome.
Coco was
Coco
great.
made me
liked
weep.
Coco.
Encanto was I would
I particularly
I
like
did not like
Encanto, but Moana, on the other hand, I thought Moana was great.
Moana was good.
Moana was good, but that wasn't just him.
Yeah.
There was
it
other
didn't-
people to make sure that it wasn't as horrible. So they saw Hamilton and were like,
Dwayne Johnson
we can't have that.
I mean, that was the weakest song in that whole
Yeah.
movie. Come on.
But
They'll-
it's so fun though.
Yeah.
You're Welcome is so fun.
I don't know whose idea that was though. It's kind of like, let's have Russell Crowe do Les Mis.
So
It's the same thing.
Discuss.
Same group of people.
Discuss.
Yeah,
His
so-
quavering jowls as he sings. "Stars."
The best part was when he jumped off that bridge.
Yes, it
And I was
was.
like, okay, good. The movie has hope.
Amen. Yes, I hate. What? You're looking at me.
I just love this so much.
Okay, John has tried to get hot takes to be like a thing to like take off, and I just feel like most people are like, I don't want to give a spicy.
Oh, I'll be
opinion.
spicy
And I was like,
all day long.
Brandon will bring the spice.
I'll bring
I
the
know he
spice. What do you
will.
want to argue about?
So the next thing has been big. Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Yes, him.
What are your thoughts on his shows?
I am a lover.
Yes!
No.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yep. Classless.
I'm liking this.
No.
This is fun.
You like
Yeah,
it because
he's
he
great.
agrees with you.
So Phantom.
No,
Wait
he's
until
great.
he disagrees
So
with
Phantom
you.
versus Les Mis.
So, a Phantom all day long. Phantom is beautiful. It's a beautiful show.
Of course, it's beautiful. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Here was my take on
Okay.
Phantom versus Les Mis.
Even though it's wrong, go ahead.
Okay, I think that they both have value and merit. I think that Phantom is a spectacle. You got like the chandelier, you got, like all the
Mhm.
big. Whereas Les Mis is also a spectacle, but more from like a musical stand. Like the music itself carries the spectacle. Both valuable, just different.
Mm.
I don't know.
Mm.
When I saw Phantom on Broadway, and there was like, I don't know, it's that like, Andrew Lloyd Webber. He writes these like fugues where everybody's
Mhm.
just like blah 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 at the same time, and like the producers are arguing or something on the stage, and Aaron and I were just sitting there like dumbfounded. We had no idea what was happening. I never have a moment like that during Les Mis. I get what's happening the entire time.
Maybe it just went over your head. I don't know. Not all shows are meant for all people.
I thought I loved
You can
seeing it
like
on
what
Broadway.
you like.
I thought it was beautiful.
I will tell
It
you
was
that
spectacular.
Phantom is worlds better than Les Mis. I just love Andrew Lloyd Webber's work, but
All of his work. Do you love Starlight Express?
Yes, that didn't last long enough. Come on. Anybody who does not think that show is both awesome and a riot, get out.
It is a riot. I don't think it's awesome.
I don't know whose idea that was. I just think it's hilarious. Like the roller skates all over the stage and the bridges and I was like, I don't know whose idea this was. But
There is a theater in Germany that is dedicated permanently to playing Starlight Express. I'm pretty sure I've seen.
oh my God.
Just
I'll admit that that's not his finest work, but still a gem.
I don't personally love his rendition of School of Rock. I liked seeing CLT's School of Rock. I don't like what he did to the music.
What did he do to the music?
He turned it into an abomination.
Oh God.
Are we not friends anymore?
okay. Apparently, Little
Sarah.
Women's getting recasted.
Sarah, can you get my bag? We're leaving.
Hey, you signed up for hot takes, buddy. We're going here.
So a big one that I have
Yeah.
is that Dear Evan Hansen is
Yes.
just next to normal, but kind of like with different skins on it.
What does that mean?
That's your opinion?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's something that I
see some similarities. Kind of.
I just don't find it to be as. I mean, I get the premise, but
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why people like it as much as they do,
Mm-hmm.
and I really enjoy like how they originally did it on Broadway with you can see the text messages and all
Mhm.
that. But besides that, I just don't find it to be very original.
So maybe because Next to Normal was first.
Yes,
Mhm.
So maybe it could be a reasonable assumption.
What are you gonna say?
I don't
yes.
know if I
Yeah.
wanna
No,
now.
I think you should.
Say it.
They copied Next to Normal.
That could have been inspired by. There could be some coattail riding.
Okay.
For all the wicked,
Catering to those
the
audiences.
wicked, fans out there, and
Oh, I
everyone
love
that
that.
they wanted to be like, all right, let's create a show for you. Let's rewrite Next to Normal. That's my. I don't like Dear Evan Hansen very much. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm just neutral on it. I think the movie is a monstrosity. It's disgusting.
It's something else.
Ben Platt looks 75 years old.
It's old.
He does-
He's
Somehow
old.
they made him look older than he is, though, by making him try to look younger.
Yeah.
He looked older than he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I found just to circle back. I just found something hilarious on Reddit about the whole Hamilton thing. It says Hamilton. I'm not saying Hamilton is awful. It's just a musical version of a book report. It's like Ren Stevens singing "We Went to the Moon" in 1969 on Even Stevens.
But actually.
well, it was inspired by Ron Chernow's Alexander Hamilton book.
No, I know.
Okay,
but
it
still.
literally is a book report.
That's kind of one of the reasons why I don't like it. All right. Anyway,
You didn't like doing book reports, John, in school?
do they even have book reports when you were in school, Scott?
Did they even have
Yeah.
paper back then?
It was carved in stone, chiseled, ting, 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 ting.
I understand that you have strong opinions on Oklahoma.
Ugh.
Whoa. All right.
Very strong.
What are your thoughts?
I'm going to put that on the same shelf as Hamilton. Right next to it. They belong together.
Okay. You got to back it up.
I don't like Oklahoma.
Is
Why?
it every part of
It's just,
Oklahoma?
it's just awful. The whole thing is just this.
Is there one song that you could pick out that you would love?
John really wants you to love
I just want us to
something.
be on the same track still. If there's one song in the whole show
God.
that you would find so charming and lovely,
No, there's nothing charming about that show. No.
can I
No.
prompt you?
You can try.
Don't you love Little Surrey with a Fringe on Top? Isn't that the best song in that whole show?
No, it is not.
It's definitely.
wrong with
I
you?
will confirm that it is in fact a song in the show. That's all I can do.
Sorry, John.
Surrey
I
with the Fringe
don't
on Top
like
is your
it.
favorite song in the show.
When I take you out tonight with me. It's so beautiful.
It's
Bubble
right.
burst.
Honey,
Right.
here's the way it's going to be. Anyway.
I Can't Say No.
That's such a gross song.
I love it.
Like hillbilly old. Yeah, no.
No, the hillbilly one is the farmer and the plowman can be friends. Isn't that one of them or something like
They
that?
all the songs are like that. So
Yeah.
again, you're not being very specific.
All of them.
Yeah, no Oklahoma for me.
Hmm.
No.
I have a new hot take that
Okay.
Janelle actually introduced me to last year. So Hades Town won Best Show of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they only won because there weren't very many good shows that year.
What was it up against?
Yeah.
Hades Town, in fact, is not a good show.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna walk right out.
Not deserving of Best Show of the Year.
What was it up against? You're gonna have to remind me.
I'm gonna have to look it up because
Because I'm gonna tell you, I saw Hades Town on Broadway. One of the best shows I've seen.
I think it's beautiful.
So underrated.
he says that I introduced him to this, but I do not. I take no part in this.
no. Well, you
Gosh.
so I had already listened to Hades Town. I knew the premise, and then Janelle had picked it as one of our shows of the week to like dive into,
Mhm.
and so I went back into it, and I just kind of felt that it only won because of
It's just like it's beautifully staged. Like the actual, you have to watch it. You
Have
can't
you
just
seen
listen
it?
to it.
It's a completely
have
different
not
show to watch
seen
it.
it.
Okay.
But I've seen like enough clips and like
It
things
is
that I recognize that
beautiful.
it's stunning.
I will tell you that we just saw it end of the year last year. We just saw it in December. Lilius White was on for
Mhm.
Hermes, which was the biggest reason why we went to go see it.
Yeah.
Truth be told, I didn't have very much knowledge about the show. I'd heard it. I liked the music enough to buy tickets, especially since Lilius White was in it. We went to see the show, and I wasn't basing it on anything. I was going into a pretty clean slate, open mind, and we got some floor seats, house left, third or fourth row, typically where I like to sit. And the show was amazing from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
I loved every moment of it. And it was such a different experience to be in the room compared to, which is like that for every show.
Sure.
Like you listen to a show at home and then you see it on Broadway and they're completely different things.
Mhm.
But we were in the room and there were so many parts of the show that was like this bass that was going through the entire space as the walls were morphing and turning into, into hell.
Yeah.
And it was like so deep and it was like such an experience. And honestly, and maybe I'm a little bit biased because of Lilius White, but she was just so
Mhm.
good. And Patrick Page and
Oh yeah.
they had some of the original cast was still in, and it was just such a great performance. Such a great
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've only listened to it. I haven't seen it. I like the music a lot. So I do have the list. It was up against Ain't Too Proud, Beetlejuice,
Oh, whoa.
Ugh.
The Prom,
Yeah.
and
Ayo.
Tootsie.
So
Oh, no.
Tootsie was not bad. I think
mean,
it didn't need to be.
It didn't need to exist.
It didn't need to exist. I saw it and I was like,
although
okay.
I saw something on Twitter that how much better would it have been is instead of a man playing a woman, if it was a woman being a man and like playing off of the male stereotypes.
I just think it's unnecessary.
Isn't that like a
in
Victor
general.
Victoria type
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, well, exact same thing.
Right.
Yeah, Victor Victoria.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. I just find that 80s. I don't know.
Well, let's circle back to the nominees though, because I didn't remember what it was up against.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice,
Ain't
awful.
Too Proud. Beetlejuice. Like,
I don't
grates
understand.
At my ears.
I don't know what the point of like the Dead Mom song. I hear it and I go,
It's so hypey. Everybody's so
yeah.
hyped on it.
I
I'm
don't
like,
get it.
why?
I don't get it. It's not like it's pretty.
I just hate the hi, I'll be your guide. It's so
Yeah.
like
His
I can't.
throat at the end of the night must just be bloody.
I don't know.
Well, it must be.
I don't know how
That's-
he's done all like he was Dewey in
Yeah.
School of Rock. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that is a show that you just don't stop singing.
Right.
How is he not like and he's
Yeah.
like screaming.
I don't get
My
it.
throat hurts even.
I don't get it.
thinking
They
about
closed and I went, good. Make room for someone that matters.
I'm sick of the movie musical, like movies turned musical
Ugh.
era. That
I'm
is
so
happening.
mixed. I'm so
don't
mixed
like
on
it.
that. There's good and bad about it. Like I don't like that they're making them so like commercial and
Mhm.
I don't love that. But I love that people who can't normally see theater are getting to see theater.
Well, no,
But then they're complaining. They're all saying like, "Oh, it's this new thing that just came out," and
Mhm.
all the Broadway people, like theater people, are like, "Well, this has existed for
You're
long
not
before
talking
this
about
movie."
the Hamilton treatment, right? You're talking
No,
about
I'm talking
What are you
about
talking- yeah,
like they're
specifically?
turning Tootsie into a musical. They're turning Mrs. Doubtfire into a musical. They're turning
I see,
Beetlejuice
the other
into a
way.
musical.
I see what you're
I don't
saying.
like the
Back-
other way
Back
as
to
much
the
either.
Future.
But like, yeah, Back to the Future is now like all these movies.
I will say
are
there
being
is
made
something
into-
to the idea of being able to. I mean, I remember we had a Cats VHS tape that we wore out as kids because, like, to be able to see that performance.
So
Yeah, but I don't know. In the 90s, it was amazing. I mean,
I loved it. Loved it.
you love cats.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
have you ever seen Unbreakable, Kimmy Schmidt?
have I? A little bit.
Okay,
think
they have a Cats episode. I laughed so hard I cried, and then I sobbed, and then I started laughing again so hard that I almost peed because it was like it
Oh my
was the
God.
best description of what Cats is. I'll send it to you.
Please.
Have to watch it. Please watch it.
I will. Promise.
Titus Does Cats. It's
Oh,
amazing.
Titus.
Anyway, that's the only version of Cats that I will accept in my life. The rest of it is hot garbage, except for Memory.
Stop. Okay, Memory.
Memory is
Oh.
beautiful. I love that song.
Some of the songs are a little chanty.
what do you think, Scott, about the whole like having Broadway shows of like filmed to watch in your home?
Taking the films, becoming Broadway,
No, the other way. They're giving them the Hamilton treatment of like having them
so making it a
a
movie.
recording you can see. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it does expose more people to it. I think I'd rather see it go that way. I think see the Broadway show become a film as opposed to the film become a Broadway show.
Mm.
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 Yeah. Because I
I
mean
agree.
that's got me into it more. Was watching the film version first.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last hot take that I have that I want to talk about,
Mm-hmm.
Into the Woods, the
Mhm.
Disney movie.
The timing of this is actually uncanny because Sarah had never seen it.
Oh.
And I was like, well, you gotta see it. So we
Janelle,
watched
shut
it.
your face.
We watched it. I was neutral. I don't hate it. I don't love it. What did you think?
No,
No.
you hated it. You don't like it in general?
Wow.
Hot take, hot take. Ooh.
We'll talk about this on the ride home. I love Into the Woods.
Me
I
too.
love Into the
Yeah.
Woods. I love
Mhm.
everything about the show. I thought the movie was, I don't know what they were trying to do there.
Well,
Whatever it was, it didn't
yeah.
need to happen.
Into the Woods is,
And Out of the Woods.
I mean, it's
Into and
it's
Out of the Woods.
like a dark comedy. You know,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be really funny. And the movie just took same with the Sweeney Todd movie.
Mm.
It has its merits, it's fine, but like it took every ounce of like humor and heart out of Sondheim's original work. I don't know. It just,
I think they were just trying to make movies that were more palatable to non-theater people.
Yeah.
I would rather watch something that makes me laugh
Mm-hmm.
than not.
I'd much rather watch the Broadway version of
Yeah.
Into the Woods.
And there's a great Broadway bootleg on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Not
There
that
is.
I should recommend that, but it exists
I
with Bernadette
really-
Peters as
The
the
ori-
witch, and it's very good.
It's the original one.
I
isn't it?
really,
Yeah.
Yeah.
really enjoy
I watched that a million times when
the
we were
movie.
going to do it.
I know
I
you
really
like the
enjoy
movie.
it.
It is good. I will
some of
say.
the performances in that. I mean, Meryl Streep.
Mm.
And
She's
your
great in
your
everything.
favorite, James Corden.
Yeah,
You, you love him, right?
I
don't.
hate James Corden.
I hate
Do you
James
hate James Corden too?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, why is he famous?
But Emily,
Who is this?
Emily
He's in
Blunt?
everything.
Emily Blunt,
Emily
on the
Blunt
other hand,
Is Ite.
Yeah,
She's Ite.
she holds her own.
Yeah, she's
Chris
fine.
Pine, great. I thought
Didn't we have a Mainer in
Alec Kendrick.
Into the Woods?
Anna Kendrick.
Anna
Anna
Kendrick.
Kendrick is my least favorite Cinderella ever.
I can't like her. I've
she-
heard nothing but
she
bad things
seems
about
really
her.
Mean.
I've heard she's just not
I
nice.
think she's mean.
She's
You
not
can tell
nice.
from her like little pouty stink face all
Yeah.
the time.
Pouty stink face.
She just looks like You think money? I don't know. She just looks
No.
like something smells bad right under her nose. Do you know? Sorry, John.
I don't
Yes, that look right there, John.
Yeah, you're nailing it.
Perfect.
Good job.
know. It's okay, Anna. No, I don't like her that much either. But
Mm.
I mean, I like Pitch Perfect,
I like Scott Pilgrim. I like her in Scott Pilgrim.
Okay,
That's the
great.
only.
but I'd say Pitch Perfect. She's not the good part of Pitch Perfect. So,
Rebel Wilson is the good part of Pitch Perfect.
mhm.
But I
love
don't like
Wilson.
Pitch Perfect. So.
I don't really
Ayo.
care. I watch them.
I don't like
That's it.
acapella music. I think it's douchey.
Yeah, it's a
Well,
little bit too glee.
that's
for
where
me.
we end hot takes. Janelle doesn't get an opportunity to talk about her hate for acapella music. Kind of like when Jimmy Kimmel says, "All right, we have no time for
Just
Matt Damon."
taking this too far.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was it for hot takes.
Right.
That was
a good hot take.
yeah, that was
episode.
the best
That's good. That's
hot
good.
takes.
So
I think.
far. Yes.
Wow, Brandon, it has been wonderful.
It's been one. Yeah, equally wonderful.
Do you have anything else you'd like to talk about before we kind of wrap
What
up?
are you doing after Little Women?
Oh gosh. Well,
I mean, because you don't stop. So it's the 2 weeks and then you're getting into the education.
after we get the 2 weeks, education is an ongoing priority at CLT. So we're wrapping up some classes now. We'll probably get going on another series of classes. We have our summer program, which is coming up. Anybody in the Lewiston, Auburn, or surrounding areas can sign up, I believe, right now. laclt.com for more details. Obviously, get your tickets to see Little Women and Clue. Don't wait. And I guess my last shout out there for the community is just to invest in your local theater. Even if you're just going to see a show, that's investing. And maybe on your way out, you drop them a $20 bill or something. It all helps. It doesn't have to even be CLT. It can just be the whatever theater you love most in your area.
We
very
talked
important.
about Little Women tonight.
Yep.
For the people who aren't familiar with the show, can you just give us a brief?
Yeah, so this is a story about the March sisters and their mother. Their father is away fighting in the Civil War. This is the story of these girls, a short snapshot of their life as they're growing older and finding themselves, falling in love, growing into women. They pretty much starting as girls, they're growing into women. I don't want to give away too much. I'm being very careful. The story is basically around Jo March, who is an aspiring writer. Not only is she trying to have her voice heard, which I think is a big part of the show, but she's trying to get published, and she finds herself along the way. Great story. Definitely, there's something in it for everyone of all ages. Great show.
So appropriate to take kids to.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Sweet. Yeah. So go get your tickets for Little Women.
I got mine.
Good.
Nice.
I got mine.
I got mine, technically.
John.
I just want to let
John.
you know we have
John.
a very questionable person in our
Yeah.
Westcott.
Everybody here's got tickets. What about you?
I don't know. Rachel, do I have tickets?
Uh-oh.
Rachel's dead.
Great.
She just texted me. She sent me a video, the It's Corn video.
A big hunk of
I have tickets for the
It has a
22nd.
juice. It has a juice.
So anyway, we have a very questionable person among us. He's questionable looking, and he has some questions for you.
Oh.
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh. So we finish our episodes on what we call strike. You know
Yeah.
what strike is, right?
Yes.
You end the
I've
show,
done one
you
or two.
clean up, right?
Yeah.
You've done.
What do you think of people that
manager.
don't go to strike?
Yeah. What do you think of that?
I can tell you what I think of them.
What do you think?
I don't like them.
Yeah.
Don't care for them.
You heard it here, folks.
Awful.
Don't
Awful.
look-
There's no place in theater for people who don't go to strike.
That's
You heard
right.
it here,
I
folks.
didn't go to one strike,
Oh.
okay?
We're now
And she
auditioning
hasn't
for
been
Jo
able to live
March
it
at
down.
CLT.
I
You
told
only have 7 runs,
You have 7
to
runs, so
learn the part.
Get it right.
Get it right.
So our strike is I am going to ask you 5 questions,
Okay.
and hopefully you answer them.
I will.
Okay, great.
I attend strike.
It's good.
Check.
There you go. So, first one. What are you listening to these days?
Oh gosh. For theater music, you're asking.
Theater? No.
Oh, any
What
music?
are you
Anything.
listening?
I don't-
Podcasts? Music?
I'm listening to a lot of Sam Smith right now.
Sam Smith. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard him in passing on the radio, but lately I'm just really enjoying his playlists.
Mhm.
Really like his music.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. This is more theater musical related. What's your guilty pleasure music?
Oh gosh. My guilty pleasure. I'd probably say my guilty pleasure is Legally Blonde.
Legal?
I love that show.
Yeah.
You don't have to feel guilty about Legally Blonde, though.
I
It's just
don't.
genuinely good.
It's
so it's
just a
not
good
guilty
show.
pleasure then.
No, but I'm like, it's so like pink and frilly.
But
It's not the type of thing I
fun.
want to like cruise down the street with my windows down and
No?
it blaring. Not through Lewiston.
So you've been a part of so many different shows over
Mhm.
the years, stage managing,
Mhm.
producing, directing, acting, costuming.
No.
No, you haven't done
Nope.
costuming. Well,
Nope.
the next show's coming up. You got to try.
Gosh. You don't want that.
Picasso
I can barely
and
dress myself. Never mind.
Lemon t-shirts, apparently.
Yes.
Yes,
talk
the
about
lemons.
lemon shirts.
Lemon shirts.
Well,
Oh,
finish
what's-
your question
All
and then
right.
we'll tack on lemon shirt.
So I was wondering about new ways to stage a show.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have your stage. We have our stage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but we had to figure out some things during COVID, how to do things differently. So we're trying to think of that going forward. How do we take that and move forward and stage new ways, new ideas? What do you got? Anything?
Oh gosh. I'm not sure.
And it belongs to us as soon as you say it.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm like, just what do I want to share? I don't know. New ways to stage shows. I don't know. I love the idea of not using sets or minimal sets and leaning heavily on lighting. I love the idea of like a flat surface on the back of a stage, with, you know, just letting the lights move people from location to location. I think we kind of do that a little bit for Little Women. In some of the spaces that we're in. I'm not a lover of bringing the show into the audience.
Mhm.
Not something I enjoy. But
I mean,
that's
you look like
definitely
you're having a good time in Spelling Bee, but
right.
Well, that show
I mean,
is
that was
built
fun. That
for
was built for that. But like some shows, they have people go running down the aisles and all that
Mhm.
stuff. Not for me. But yeah, I think the industry's so different now. It's like it's forced people to have to be more creative, I think. But I think that you don't need so much set.
Yep.
I think you can dial the set back a little bit. That's definitely a thing that forces you to be more creative.
cool. So I've got,
I just had an epiphany. Brandon, you're familiar with the Judge Chaperone?
I am.
You would be a perfect man in the chair.
I would love to be the man in the chair.
You would kill that freaking role. I'm trying to think of like this whole time, like, man, there's a role that, and yeah,
I would do it.
you just quoted it with the whole, and for heaven's sake, keep the audience out of that. Keep them out of the audience.
Do it. So there you guys go. You guys need to do
We've already
Drowse.
We did
Bring it back.
we did it.
Do it again.
Yes.
I would love to see it done again in a different
So would
way.
John.
And
CLT
so would
tried.
John.
So
CLT
would John.
tried. That was our COVID show.
So there's a
Oh.
chance, is what you're
There is
saying.
a chance if
Mhm.
the right person came along
Because
and
John
submitted
wants
it.
to play Adolfo again, because John was an
John.
amazing
Adolfo.
Adolfo. Damn.
That was his role.
I want to be lampshade number, was I 2 or
Two.
3?
You were
Lampshade
two.
number 2 again. Yeah, that was fun.
Because I was 1. You were
Yes.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here's your fourth question. So every production has their inside joke. You know, when we did Spam-A-Lot, we know that, you know, we had To the D. You know, you had to be there. You guys got an inside joke in Little Women?
Do tell.
What is it?
I don't know. Is it the lemon shirts?
I mean,
It's not so much an inside joke.
not- yeah.
I don't know.
Inside thing.
It's more like
you
a
know,
like
it's
a like a
just the thing.
society
Yeah, that I a
society.
humble society. We're a
that
humble
you
people.
accidentally started.
I'm highly influential apparently. So I'll give you a very brief background. I went to Target with my wife
As one
and
does.
as one does.
Yeah.
And Justin Morin, who's on our show. Justin Morin. I'm just gonna say JUSTINMORIN.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Yeah.
And I saw this wonderful quality apparel. It was a graphic lemon shirt, with 9 beautifully drawn lemons, and a nice calligraphy lemon. It said lemon underneath the lemons,
In
and
big black,
beautiful letters. And when I say quality, the shirt was quality. Very quality. So I picked it up. I'm pretty sure I heard angels. I don't recall.
Wow.
And the price was right. $13.99. You can't go wrong on a shirt of this quality. $13.99. So I bought it, and they heckled me the whole way home, bullied me, if you will. And I wore said shirt.
Would you care to go into depth with that for a second? You want to be heard one time in this podcast? That's your opportunity.
Yeah. Remember that I'm driving.
She's like, never mind, I'm good.
So
I don't think it was worth $13.99.
okay. Yeah,
Because there was also some nicer shirts actually on clearance for $4.
which I bought.
that he also bought, which I thought
Which
were
I bought.
way better than the lemon
Okay.
shirt.
So I
And
bought
that the
them.
lemon shirt was overpriced.
So you
And
still
even other cast members have bought it for less than what
okay?
you
Wait
paid
a
for
minute.
it.
You're
Wait a minute.
getting
One second.
ahead of
You're getting
yourself.
way ahead. So I donned this shirt and brought it to one of our humble music rehearsals, and to the instant adoration of everybody around me.
Mhm.
And everybody truly loved it. So much so that 2 dear cast members also purchased their very own lemon shirts. And from that day forward, we have established the exclusive society of the Lemoneers.
Mhm.
Pictures, maybe will be public at some point, but for now, they're just for our eyes only. It's pretty.
There's like 9 of us.
Yeah, we got 9 of
I
us.
think it's like, yeah.
And really,
8 or
anybody's
9.
all you need to join is the lemon shirt. There's
Mhm.
only 2 people that are not welcome. One of them is my wife, and the other one is Justin Morin, because they've done nothing but hate on the lemon shirts.
Right.
So
they criticized you originally.
they
think-
criticized it. So if they would like to buy their own lime shirts, they're more than welcome, but they may not wear lemon shirts.
No.
That's okay. Well, that's okay because it's not an option.
I think that they'll convert by the
I-
end. I'm fully convinced
Sarah May,
that there will be
Justin
a conversion. I told Justin I would buy him one.
he won't wear it.
I'll Photoshop it onto
I would love that. If you photoshopped a lemon shirt onto him, that'd be great.
challenge accepted.
Sarah, you know what they say. When life gives you lemons.
Join the Lemoneers.
Yes.
All right. That was question number 4. Last question.
Oh boy.
This is our typical last question for season 2 anyways. How do you build community?
That's
Ooh.
the one you drop on me right at the
That's one I
end.
drop on you.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Oh, I think people just need to just love and support each other. I said it in my little survey that I filled out before this, that things are just really dark right now and sad in many ways, but there's a lot to be happy about and to celebrate at the same time. And I think just loving and being empathetic to everybody and just supporting everybody around you. We don't all have to agree on the same things, but
It's obvious with the hot take.
yeah, clearly, even though some people are just wrong. Yeah, we don't have to agree on everything, but like people just need to put the hate away and the judgment and stop just personally attacking each other just for being different,
Mm.
thinking different, looking different, and just being different people. We're all on this planet together. We got one life to live, and I just think we could do a little bit better than what we're doing right now.
Huh?
There we go. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Nice. It's right. Right. Things are a lot better in the world than, it seems.
Mm.
It really is better than it seems.
It's easy to get lost in all the bad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because that's the focus. But, don't focus on that.
That was pretty beautiful.
Mhm.
It was lovely.
I really appreciate you coming out and hanging out with us.
Thank
Happy to
you.
come. I'd come back. This was
Super
fun.
stoked.
Oh, yay.
Awesome.
I love to talk. A whole night of hot takes would be fun.
Yeah, for real.
John would be all about that.
I'm very sure that you're not done. I think you probably have more in you.
Oh,
don't you?
always. Always. I can prepare a list.
Oh, all right.
That would
Here
be
we
welcome.
go.
Yeah, we're been talking coming your way anyway. So it'd be fun to maybe hook up with some of the your community and
Yeah.
so. But yeah, thank you for tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, Janelle, we're excited to see you in Little
Thanks for
Thanks.
stopping by.
Yeah,
Stranger.
I'll come back in a couple months, maybe.
Women.
Months.
Well, we've kind of discussed as a group taking a
Yeah.
little break
Yeah.
for
It's
the
time to
duration
take
of
a
the
break.
shows
Yeah.
and maybe for like a month or so and then coming
Which is
back.
about
Yeah,
a month.
this
we got runs going on.
This isn't exactly what we saw as like a finale or a break, but it's definitely something that we need to do for ourselves and just kind of regroup and figure out,
Mhm.
what the future of this season or the podcast looks like. And
Mhm.
we're excited to kind of not end, but
Yeah,
plateau
season two's
on
not
a
over.
plateau on a high note.
Mhm.
It's the mid season break.
Yeah, exactly.
So, cliffhanger, Aaron
Who?
Schofield. friend of the
Schofield.
show.
Oh.
recently announced that he is. No, just kidding.
And we're back.
I don't know. Wrong button.
Oh, that
All
was
right.
that was in your honor,
I
Aaron.
know. Well, this has been another episode of the Backstairs Podcast. I am John.
I'm Janelle.
I'm Scott,
And I'm Brandon.
and this is the Backstairs Podcast.
The Backstairs Podcast.
The Backstairs Podcast.
Backstairs Podcast.
Perfect. Yay.
Oh.